Hey guys, welcome to Fridays with Springfield Leather. Got this guy back here with me. He's finally healed up enough that he can do things again, so that's exciting.
Yeah, she drugged me back finally.
So we actually have a really fun project today that we were probably only just be getting started, and then we'll finish it up next week. But we're going to be making this really awesome / also very heavy backpack, because when you make things out of leather with lots of really fun leather accessories, they start to get kind of heavy. But this is the Rucksack backpack.
Yeah, that's kind of like a rucksack, but more just like a fold-over backpack. It's kind of cool.
It is pretty cool. So this is something, gosh, Clayton, how long ago did you make this?
It's probably 5 years ago, so you guys are going to have to bear with me a little bit.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. We just got all the parts cut out and ready to go this morning, so
yeah, so
we're going to see if we can put it back together.
We have modified it just a little bit because we got in some fun hardware that I wanted to display here today with you guys. So instead of doing the two straps that come across down to the bottom of the bag, we'll have two that come over the top to go to a center piece of hardware and then come down. So there's just a little bit of modification. The really cool thing, well, I don't know, maybe it's really cool. So we're trying something new here with patterns right now. Anyways, so Clayton drew that up, like he said, about 5 years ago. He's got all the parts and everything laid out, but we've never taken the time to actually write the instructions for it. And so we're going to do a little bit of video instruction education, and then for this weekend only, you guys will be able to download this pattern for free, and then you can follow along with us here in this video, and then whatever else is left in the next video to complete it. So there'll be no instructions except for the video, but then the pattern will be available.
I'm going to post it right now in all the chats on all three platforms.
Okay, so Tony's going to post everywhere so you guys can get that download. It's a pretty big pattern. It's quite large. You might have to take it to like Kinko's or something.
Yeah, you'll need a 36-inch wide printer, essentially. So you'll want to print it somewhere like FedEx or Kinko's or something.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so that's really awesome for you guys. Take advantage of that, and then you can make this really cool bag. So, okay, so what do we have done a lot of prep for this video, I'm not gonna lie. We started about like 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and we literally we're not done yet prepping, but we made it pretty darn far.
Yeah, we just got all the parts cut out and burnished. We didn't want to bore you guys with sitting here watching me try to cut out parts. But yeah, so there's a couple modifications we made to the bag, like you said, for the hardware. But other than that, it's really not too bad of a project, so let's get started.
Yeah. So we cut out, so on that pattern, you've got all of your straps, your main bag panels. And so today for our bag, we're going to be using our heavy premium chap leather as the base for the full body. And then we found some really awesome, kind of just our miscellaneous odd lot oil tan in this really cool, like rustic green color for our accents.
Yeah. So I'm going to start off by basically rolling all of the edges. I've got all these parts cut out and bell knife skived to where we should be able to roll these edges pretty easily. And so this piece I'm using here, it's a 5-inch by 16-inch, and this is basically going to form the reinforced bottom on the bag.
And I just have a couple more parts here to bevel and burnish, so I'm going to be doing that while he starts his assembly. So, oh, and for all of the, like these brown parts that we've got here, all of the, hardware strap hanger pieces,
yeah.
we use our smooth brown cell collar leather, our Herman Oak drum dyed brown, which I have finally successfully gotten our marketing team to put on our website. It's taken a while. But this leather is really awesome. It's an unfinished veg that's been dyed all the way through, just like our brown collar that we've sold for forever, but it doesn't have that grain embossing on it, so that our regular collars always had that kind of Kydex looking hair cell grain on it, and this is just a really nice smooth finish. I use it for my knife sheaths all the time, and I love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Once you get a finish on it, it really shines up. It's pretty classy looking. So this reinforced bottom panel, like she said, this is some odd lot green oil tan, and I've got it split down to about a 2 to 3 ounce. So pretty lightweight for these bottom pieces. We don't want it to get too thick in the seams. All of the strapping for this, most of it is split down to 5 to 6 ounce, including this panel here, with the exception of the main shoulder straps. Those are left at about 8.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, on this bag, I think you did those 2-ply, but we're just going to do these as like a single ply strap. So if you were doing it 2-ply, you could do like 2 4-ounce pieces of leather, or 5, 6, and a 2, 3, or whatever gets you to around 8.
Yeah, like she said, this bag that I made is actually pretty heavy. So I mean, you could really go quite a bit lighter on a lot of these pieces. It's going to make it sit a little bit differently. Not quite have as much body, but it would still be a nice bag.
All right.
I don't know the monitor here, Tommy.
Tommy?
Well,
Tommy?
let me check with Tommy. I don't have any questions yet, so I haven't turned it on.
Tommy's not here today.
Oh, I won't check with him. Looks like it's not going to turn on today.
You
Okay.
gonna get to read us some questions?
Are we going to back to old school questions? Like where you tell us what they are?
I'm going to have you guess what the questions are today.
Ooh, I love it. You can give us the answer, and then we'll have to guess the question.
You pull answer in the form of a question.
It'll be like Jeopardy. Leather Jeopardy. That
No,
could actually be
just
really
send-
fun. We should do that.
I was sending out the link for everybody, and then I had to go back and add the HTML code in there for the space because the link had a space in it.
That's not
It
good.
doesn't like when you copy and paste without the sign 20.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am just taking good old-fashioned gum trag, and I'm just gum tragging the... Ooh, hit a camera.
Picking cameras around.
We weren't on that camera, so that's good.
Getting all my edges here. This has been a lot of prep. So we cut all the bag panels yesterday. Like Clayton said, he's went through and he's bell knifed all of the rolled edges this bag has on the top of it is rolled. These pockets are rolled. You've got kind of like this little faux seam down here where you've got your reinforced bottom panel, and those are both rolled. So just, if you've got a bell knife, which a lot of you have been buying, and we actually have those coming. So for anybody that has one on order, we should be getting those here next week and be able to send out most of our bell knife machines that are on order. So that's super exciting. But it's just really nice to have. You can totally hand skive that. That's the thing.
It's pretty nice.
But bell knives are just real handy.
So on these main body panels, I skived it back to be able to do a 1/2 inch rolled edge. And I went ahead and laid down some double-sided tape on it, but we're actually going to roll it after the bag is completely assembled. And that way it's going to give you a nice finished look at the top of your seam.
So what size basting tape did you put on there? 1/2 inch?
1/2 inch.
Okay.
Yeah. And so all of the other rolled edges that I've done on the bag are going to be 1/4 inch.
Okay.
All right, so that's going to get stitched separately. So we're going to go ahead and start assembling our front panel. So our closure is actually going to be riveted onto our front pocket. So we're going to go ahead and figure out where we're going to place that. We're going to measure, this one's about 1.5 inches. We're going to do something a little bit differently. We're going to go 1 inch up from the bottom of this this rolled edge right here,
Okay.
which I still have to roll. Forgot that one.
So this hardware is new, and I believe it's either finished or being finished on the website. So it's one of these, what are we calling it?
Cinch class.
The cinch clasp. So, nope, this way. This way. So, this guy. We've got these.
7 colors and 3 sizes.
Yeah. Are they done, Tony? Are they on the website?
I have them all done and the pictures are done. I'm waiting for the workbook to get updated so
Gotcha.
the inventory is correct.
Gotcha. So here, like probably, by the end of the day or the first of next week, we'll have these all up. Like Tony just said, we've got 7 different finishes in these, and then we have 3 different sizes. They'll come in a 3/4 inch, a 1 inch, and 1 1/4 inch. And it's just a really fun little unique clasp. So
Yeah.
I made Clayton figure out how to use that.
I have not gotten to use it yet, so hopefully it works on this bag. So we're gonna, like she said, we're gonna do a single clasp in the center of the bag. I'm gonna mark the center, and then we're gonna go 1 inch up from this bottom rolled edge. And that's basically gonna mark the bottom of our tab. So here's our tab that the clasp is gonna be mounted on, the bottom piece. So let's go ahead and lay that up, and we'll mark the rivet holes.
And we're just using medium double cap rivets here.
I popped a question up there for you.
The monitor is completely black.
That's even better.
I think it's off. It looks off. It doesn't look on at all.
It usually turns on whenever I pop the screen on there.
There we go.
Just push the button. There you go.
Choosing the main bag leather consideration so it will flop over well.
So the leather that I chose is going to be our premium heavy chap leather. It comes in a 5 to 6 ounce, I believe.
Yeah.
Something a really soft hand is nice. This was about I think it's a 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, but it's got a little bit, kind of a medium hand to it. And so it'll still roll down pretty well. So if you're doing a medium hand leather, like I said, 3 to 4, a real soft leather, you could go as heavy as maybe 6, 7, if it's a real soft, pebble grain leather. All right, so let's figure out how to use this thing.
So the strap ounce. So most of our straps we split down to 5, 6. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's a lot of strapping on this bag. So most of it we split down to 5 to 6 ounce. However, on these main back ones here, these solid ones, we left those about 8 ounce for the stability because we weren't doing 2-ply straps there. So that bag is pretty stout. You could hurt somebody with that bag if you needed to, especially if it was filled with rucks.
Rucks.
Like Kevin made some jokes yesterday.
All right, so we're using some medium double cap rivets to get this riveted on.
We probably are gonna, I guess you could do it over there. Do you want this one? I'm not really using this. We're gonna flip. We go.
We're just going to smash these guys flat.
That's how I like to do it.
You get Clayton used to being back in this room with us, working with the cameras.
What do you mean, Tony?
Well, I'm just trying to chase you down everywhere.
We got a lot to do, buddy. I got to move fast.
Trying to make a whole rucksack in an hour.
Whole rucksack.
Not just part of the rucksack.
No, I think this is going to be a 2-parter. But we can try.
Molly was saying that she's excited to come visit our mining town.
Nice. Yeah, it's something else, guys. That sluice.
I took some videos of it the other day, but they didn't wait for me to get out there before they started sluicing. So.
Kevin's a little impatient sometimes.
Most times.
Sometimes. Sarcasm, Kevin, if you're watching this.
Right.
You're impatient 150% of the time.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start assembling the front panel. We got our pocket with our hardware on it. I'm going to go ahead and tape this onto the bottom. This is going to be the bottom reinforcement. So I'm going to run 1/2-inch basing tape all the way around it. Where's my snips? There they go. You can also stick this down with contact adhesive and just glue the whole thing. The edge isn't wanting to stay.
I'll tell you what, guys, I have literally been burnishing parts since I came to help Clayton at like 9:30 this morning. It's a lot of parts to burnish.
Oh, that's all right, because I was here at 8:30 this morning. So.
Wow, it's like a competition.
Yeah, right?
Well, I was here at 7:30.
Don't lie, Tony.
I know, I was.
Stacy may have been.
Yeah. My daughter had a rodeo last night, so I didn't get in until late, and the little one was still sleeping when I wanted to leave.
Ooh. Tell you what, Tony, that camera's pretty bright. There we go. Let's see here. Carmen asked, what ounce for totes that need to stand on their own but have a medium hand?
So you could do this bag and kind of just cut down the height. I don't know if you still want to do a roll top if you're wanting it to stand on its own more. But probably with a medium hand, 5 to 6 ounce, it should stand up okay.
A lot of that's going to also depend on construction.
Right. Kind of how you do your seams. That front pocket, you could probably keep a little bit thicker.
What if
help
it was like
stand it up.
a tote bag like we have our So Simple tote bag pattern?
Well, I already just get into the what ifs, Tony.
Well, I mean, that's more of a tote. This is more of a ruck.
Right. So like
The
the
question was about a tote.
Can somebody tell us what a ruck is?
Let me just step out back and get a couple rucks. There was that duffel bag video where I was popping out of the top of it that we did.
yeah.
I think that was the last video you did, Clayton. But anyway, a tote bag. I know the one I made my wife. It was like an 8 to 9 ounce.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy. For a simple tote, like I said, 5 to 6 for a medium hand leather, like our Old English upholstery. It comes in a 5 to 6, and it's got a medium firm hand. It should stand up okay. I don't know what you're talking about, 8 to 9. That's kind of heavy.
I did it out of those.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Well, it may have been 7. I don't remember. I had to bring it back in here and gauge again. But I made it out of those double shoulders that we talked about a while back. The one that's looks like the natural harness.
Oh, the natural harness?
Well, I didn't use the natural harness. I used the other one.
Now he's just being mysterious.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It wasn't
Well,
the natural harness double shoulders?
No, I would tell you the number if I remembered it. I'll have to look it up. Hold on.
We'll go ahead and mark a couple stitch lines, and then we'll go over to the sewing machine.
Brought our handy dandy class 26 in today to do all of our fine sewing needs here.
That is, if Tony's ready for me to go to the sewing machine.
Oh, we're ready for you to go to sewing.
I don't have to chase me down.
You would think that we would have machines that would help me burnish this instead of doing it by hand.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I think we do.
It's just not in here. I was talking about the bridal double shoulders that come in that russet color. The
Oh.
item number is BDX. Really tricky for bridal double shoulders.
Yeah.
All right, so of course, sewing machine problems off the bat. So give me just a
Sweet.
second.
You guys can watch me burnish for a moment. So just, I mean, how many other people just have a gallon of gum trag that they tote around and pour it into the cap of the bottle and then just burnish away for hours? We do. That's what we do here.
All right, chat, let's check you out.
I think he's going. Well, we're not watching it. There we go.
This is my box. Run into it.
What size thread are you using, Clayton?
So I'm using the brown 138 on the top and the bottom. So I just stitched across the top of the bottom reinforced panel.
So we've got, just so that everybody can
There
see.
we go.
So he put it, literally he just lined up the two bottom edges.
Correct. So it's true. It's a true bottom reinforcement. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stick our front pocket on that has our closure on it. And then Liz was thinking we'd space it out a little bit so you can see a little stripe of the brown between there.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
That'd be kind of fun.
Just a little fun.
I'm having fun.
That's good. Well, I thought I got that whole burnished jar.
Red burner?
Is there one in the machine? That's usually where I find mine.
I did.
Oh, good job. The one thing we don't have in here, and I have somebody who calls me and he's going to say, Liz, you didn't use your thread zapper. We sell something called a thread zapper that you can use to, like, you know, melt the ends of your thread when you're done. It is pretty handy. We're just really used to using a good old lighter here. So I'm really sorry about that. But look up thread zappers if you want to. I also sometimes we sew these little pouches, and we sew thousands of them in our sewing room. And what they'll do is they'll sew up a couple hundred, and then they'll actually take a wood burner and they'll go through. So instead of having to like snip the threads, they'll just take a wood burner and just swipe that kind of end, and it just cuts the thread and melts it all at the same time.
Yeah, that's pretty handy.
Yeah, so that's been speeds up production a lot on those, because cutting and burning threads really probably takes longer than sewing it. So what are you doing?
I'm struggling to peel this tape right now. But so I taped up the front pocket that goes on the tote on 3 edges using 1/4 inch basting tape. I was going to use 1/2 inch, but I think I don't want that much tape on the inside of my pocket. There we go.
So you want to put tape, or you could glue, I guess, but the glue isn't going to stick real well because we're putting it onto the finished side of your other panel of leather. So basting tape is really probably your preferred method here.
Right. And I taped just a little bit back from that bottom ruled edge. And that way, whenever I stitch across it, and if the bag is folded in a certain way, hopefully you won't see any of that basting tape in the seam.
Nice.
The other 2 side edges, I just tape right up to the edge. We're going to stick it down. What do you think, about a 1/2 inch?
Yeah, I think that looks good.
So I can make it straight. I don't know if I can make it straight. One of these panels might have been cut a little bit cattywampus.
Just scooch that panel, no? That all sews inside though, right? So it should be fine.
Yeah.
I see your issue here.
Yeah.
I didn't cut these panels.
You did cut this panel.
Oh, I did cut that panel.
And these panels. Yes, you did cut all these
Did
panels.
I get them? I thought I got the glossy one. Is that what we're
This
using?
is the glossy one.
Yeah, I cut those guys. That's my bad. Apparently I shouldn't be allowed to cut the parts.
That's all right. We're going to make it work.
It's gonna be fine.
Leathercrafting. Basically forged in fire is what this is.
That's an inside joke, guys. Can you just trim that? That's fine.
I will.
Okay. He'll do that later.
I know what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to sew across the bottom of this pocket, attaching it to the main front body panel. Yes, the main one. Then someone else has a question.
Angela, so is the green the front with the brown back, or is the green just a front pocket?
Correct. So the green, in this case, we're using it for the reinforced bottom panel, and then it's going to be the front pocket on the main body of the bag.
Yeah, I guess maybe we didn't show that well. So this bag, mostly it was folded over, but it does have this front pouch here. So. Oh, look, there's a whole bunch of Rusty Darnell cards in here.
Somebody must have taken it to the trade show.
Surprise presents, yeah.
Rusty likes to steal some of my pieces from time to time and use them at trade shows.
Or commission pieces from time to time.
Right.
What else is in here? Oh, that was it. That's the one big surprise. Yeah. And then we're going to use some green, just accents on other places. So we've got these other little green molly straps. So that go down these straps here. So like if you wanted to hook what are those things called?
Carabiners.
Carabiners on. We're also going to use the green as an accent there. So
Pocket was a little crooked. I'm going to trim off the excess here. Not anybody's fault.
he'll blame me later.
Cool.
It's okay.
So this is easier to answer Angela's question than type it out. She asked if the pattern that I shared, it's what, 36 wide, Clayton, did we say, by 51 inches?
51, 52, yeah.
So if you go into Acrobat Reader or whichever your thing is, and you can print it as a poster, and then you can glue your pieces together. I think we have
Glue
a
or tape
video.
them.
Glue or tape them or whichever. Or if you take the file to Kinko's or something like that, they should let you, they should help
Plot
you.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Print it out on a plotter.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm going to give myself a refresher real quick. So now I'm going to go ahead and tape in the strap tabs, the connecting points for the back straps. And so we're going to go ahead and stick them down on our front panel here. And I'm just trying to remember exactly how far down. I think I went an inch down. Like I said, it was about like 5 years ago I made this bag.
And we really tried hard to make one yesterday, but it just didn't happen.
Just didn't work out.
We've got a whole another one cut out that he'll make later and make some revisions, probably.
Right, so we've got our strap tabs that the shoulder straps connect to. And so we're going to go ahead and tape those in. You want to be careful the direction that you tape these so that they're facing finished side out, since these are just single ply. Obviously, if they're two ply, you don't have to worry about that.
Anyway, you could go that way just a little bit, Clayton. Hey, perfect.
All right. I'll chase these cameras around. Okay, so what I was measuring there is we're going to go an inch. The bottom of this tab is going to go an inch down from the top of this rolled edge, right? So we'll go ahead and mark an inch down. Do that on both sides. And then this always trips me up. So if you're wearing the backpack, you want the finished side of this tab facing the front of your bag, right?
Yes, that sounds right.
Okay. And then we're going to want our slot like this. Liz is going to double check me.
Yes, that's right. So the slot needs to, because this will fold back like that.
Right.
So you want that slot to be going vertically, not horizontally.
Not at that 45-degree angle. Not not like 135. I'm going to stick some 1/4-inch basting tape across the front, and we'll go ahead and do the flesh side too. We might as well.
John, thanks for joining us all the way from Ireland. That's awesome. We do have a lot of fun here.
Ireland, huh?
I knew this comment was going to be coming at some point.
This next one?
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to
No.
No. Oh, Angie.
I don't train myself. I have a person for that. I mean, it's
Angie on Facebook says that she wants Liz to be her personal fitness trainer.
yeah. I can barely handle getting my own 4 days in, so I don't.
She's an inspiration to us all.
So inspiring.
But thank you, Angie.
You blushing.
It is warm in here. Am I blushing?
Blame it on the lights.
Tony, I'm going to need you to turn that air conditioning down.
You don't even have any sleeves on. Nothing even.
I know.
Shoulders.
This is still
Got your arms out wild and free.
warm in here. There are so many lights in here, guys. You can't.
Oh,
Weird.
I
You did
took
that
panoramic,
panoramic.
but I didn't post it or get
What?
Abigail to post it.
Lagger.
All right, so we're going to be done with the front panel for now. We're going to go ahead and start on the back panel.
Okay. I'm trying to finish these up here.
You've been
like you-
burning those forever.
You guys,
Let's put some elbow grease into those. It should pay off, though.
I was gonna say this is where I get all my muscles, guys. I just burnish stuff till the end of time.
I think we should have put that air conditioner on a different
You do
part
like
of the wall.
a workout leathercraft.
Workout Leathercrafting.
I'll have to invent like some new stitching pony that you can use while like squatting. One of the shop guys yesterday had a roll of Herman oak on his shoulder. A full roll, guys. Like, it was impressive.
I carried one from here back all the way to Gather.
Yeah. And, no, so he had this roll of Herman oak on his shoulder, and his hat fell off of his head. And so he squatted to pick it up while holding the roll of Herman oak, of course, because it's necessary to put your hat back on immediately. And he was like, that's the first squat I've done since high school.
It looked like a chore.
Yeah, it was impressive. Herman oak rolls are not light. Okay, I think I'm about done here.
I hope so.
Me too.
So I'm taping the back panel bottom reinforce panel. And just like I did on the front, we're going to go ahead and get that attached.
Okay. That beautiful burnish strap.
Is that directing some air your way?
That feels good, Tony.
All right. On you, Chad.
I think we should be done.
Can't eat one. We've got the air full blast now.
Yeah, I'm pretty. So, just while he's placing tape, I brought in some of the finish. I did not bring in all 7 of the finishes of these new clasps, but I brought in a couple.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and stitch this down.
Okay. So you're just doing the same thing on the back that you did on the front?
Correct.
Oh, cool. So we've got this awesome brass finish, and we've got antique copper,
I think that one.
antique nickel.
This is, I think this one's called Old English brass.
Oh, it is. It sure is.
So it's not quite like a shiny brass.
But it would look, especially if you have solid brass hardware, that's what it reminds me of, is a
Yeah.
solid brass. So these are just 3. We're using nickels. That's 4. So there's 3 other finishes that I don't have.
There's the black one too.
Ooh.
It's sharp.
Yeah. We are working on some black hardware that Clayton really wanted to use for this bag, but it's just not quite done yet. So we didn't use it.
The beautiful nightlife work.
Yeah.
Waiting on for years. All right, you ready to assemble those straps?
I'm ready.
Okay. So we've got two center bar, double center bar roller buckles.
Okay.
You got go ahead and rivet onto those two turnbacks.
Okay. I don't think I've ever used a double center bar. How does this work? Do I go just over?
Yeah, you can go just over the back one. As a lot of times I will use it.
So you don't go over the tongue?
You don't have to. Why don't I do it on this one? Oh no, I see. Reverse that.
That other space?
There you go. Yeah, goes under it.
So it goes over it. And then that. Oh, wait a minute.
Which
No,
way you're looking at it.
no, you're right. So we're going to go up
Through
and
there, yeah.
under this little cubby hole. And then back out and around.
Now you're cooking with gas.
Now I know what I'm doing. All right. Nice. I've never
Yeah.
used one of these buckles
Makes it lay
before.
real nice.
Cool. Anything.
All right,
And
while
these
she's doing that.
furnace edges feel real good. Smooth.
You're weird. Okay, well,
True.
let's go ahead and we're going to rivet the Molly strips onto our shoulder straps. So we can call that done.
Riveting.
Rivet.
Rivet.
And if you kind of joined in late in all the chats, either on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, we've put the link for the pattern. It's going to be free all the way through the weekend.
You've got till Monday morning when Tony comes in and turns it off.
Yeah.
It's generous of you, Tony.
Well, I know you made this pattern a while back, and it still needs a little bit of refinement here and there. So if anybody has any suggestions that they see or notice on it, we are
just-
happy for input.
Getting to go over it again after all these years, there's a couple things I'd like to add. Like one thing, like these holes in the shoulder straps for the Molly strips, they're not there on the pattern yet, but they will be.
But they are on the Molly strip.
Correct.
So you can kind of lay that over and
And space it out to where you kind of get some little loops on the
Yeah.
Molly strip.
yes. Because you want them to pucker a little bit so you can get that carabiner in there. That's a fun word to say.
Carabiner or pucker?
You want them to pucker so you can get the carabiner.
Hammer it away. Just do like that.
Somebody was asking if you had a permit for those guns, Liz.
Oh, guys, that's a lot.
Then Marcus said it's okay, Missouri's an open carry state. But he's from Germany, so how does he know?
It's
I
up on his gun law.
was going to
I
say,
guess so. He's planning some travels over here to Springfield Leather.
American gun laws probably fascinate the rest of the world.
Probably did. Oh.
What did we calculate? You need like 23 of these rivets to do the bag.
26.
26.
If you make that.
If you make this one with the 2 strap. So we need 4 less for our bag because we're only doing 1 of these centered instead of the 2.
Correct. So a good old 50 pack of rivets ought to get you through.
Just waiting on you.
Yeah, I know. All right. So now we're going to start assembling. So getting all these straps assembled and then put into this, what do you want to call that?
Strap.
The strap
Hanger?
assembly panel.
The strap assembly panel. That's crazy, doodad.
Something like that, yeah. So we're going to want to get all of our straps actually riveted in there, and then this whole thing with the straps connected to it, and it's going to be a little bit of a mess. actually gets sewn onto the back main body of the bag.
Yeah, that seems terrible. It's gonna be great.
A little bit. But then you don't have any hardware showing on the inside of the bag at all.
Right.
And it's all nice and clean. Looks good. It'll be fine. If you're hand stitching it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
No, it'd be okay.
What size ribbons are you using?
Medium. All right.
All right, let's go ahead and rivet these on. Rivet. Same thing with that side.
Ouch. Oh, that one didn't. That one's not happy.
Okay. Well, you deal with that. I'm going to put together this top handle. This guy right here. So it's basically an 1.5-inch strip that's tapered down at the ends to 1 inch. That we're going to go ahead and we're going to wet it down, put some cement on it, fold it over, and stitch it. We're going to wet it so it'll cooperate with us. I think this is also split to about 5 ounce. Now this drum dyed Herman oak doesn't have any finish on it, so it will still take water. It doesn't accept it quite as readily as a natural veg, but it does pretty well.
Yeah, you can still stamp it. It was what Andrew used the other day. Can I get another rivet? When he was doing his horn cover. Make sure both of your things are going the same way. Oh, son of a gun.
Watch
This
it.
is just not.
That's the bad part of having
Children watching.
so big of arms. It hurts when you hit yourself.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
It just
you
keeps
didn't hit
going
yourself.
sideways.
Brian on Facebook had a question if there was a tool or a item list or a kit or so on and so forth. So we haven't made this into a kit yet. We're just trying to put it together and give you guys ideas, but we are in the process of making it. That's why we shared the pattern with you.
Yeah. So this eventually will be a pattern. We may not ever do full instructions on it. I mean, we might kind of do some technical ones. So the pattern that's downloadable right now really doesn't have a lot of kind of the accessory information, but it might get to the point where we add like stitch lines and things to the pattern. That way you can kind of watch us assemble it and then follow along a little bit easier.
If you want the free pattern, you're not going to get any of that.
Right.
If you wait and you want to pay for it, then you're going to get recommended leather ounces, how much you're going to need, hardware list, and that kind of thing. Probably not instructions. What are you doing?
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Sure.
Ow, but I did it also get my thumb.
Do you have a hairdryer?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, we're going to let that dry a little bit.
Here, this is what I do. I just wave it around. It's my job.
That's why you're here. That's what it
It's
was.
another arm workout.
All right.
A little bit more
So,
weight.
All the stuff that we talk about in our videos. So as we go along, Abigail over there is feverishly typing away and putting out a list and getting you links that are in the description.
Nice. So all the hardware she'll link.
feverish.
Feverishly. You can just hear it clicking away over.
Yeah, I have a video too of her typing because she's a loud typer.
She's got a good keyboard. I tell you what, you really, if you're a person that spends much time on a computer at all, keyboard is really important. I have all the places that I have moved in this building, I make sure that I have my keyboard because I can't type well without it. Like I need whatever sound it makes is my sound, and that's
I mean, people are watching on YouTube and Facebook at the moment, so they're either at a phone or at a computer.
exactly. You guys know. You know when there's a good keyboard in the room.
Oh, you didn't rivet this guy on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, this should be almost dry.
She accepted.
Oh,
Just on the other side.
Right here.
I love Troy's comment on this. He said it looks like a home plate. He's a man after my own heart.
It does.
These rivets are really too long for this.
Yep.
So really, maybe some mediums and some smalls would
We
be
make do.
a good combination. You need the right rivet for the job.
Joshua wants to know who Abigail is. Abigail's our social media person.
Get out of here, Abigail.
She did some tooling the other day. What tool was that you're using, Abigail?
It's a 420.
Yeah, that's right. It was the 420 tool.
Okay.
That's her favorite.
Favorite.
one.
This is my favorite.
We also did the 417 tool, but
Does this rivet on all by itself or is there something else?
Marking that all up. Yeah, hammer.
Yeah.
No, there'll be, this handle's gonna go underneath that.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Or above it, I guess. Just get them in place. No, Abby's not really shy. We're just not really quite know what she is.
I'm not sure what happens if you'll come out on the video.
More of a liability issue. Thick.
Maybe it wasn't quite right. My bad.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this together.
Okay.
You know what we forgot to do to Clayton both times he's stitched?
I mean, he has remembered I've watched.
I know,
so.
he backstitched every time, and we didn't have to remind him.
Poor Denny. We really hound Denny about that backstitching situation.
Oh, gonna double line it.
I'm doing a couple of stitching.
I think he did 3 on this handle. He sure did. Thanks. I can count to 3 sometimes.
Attention.
Sorry, Abigail.
What?
I answered Tom when you did too.
Could be.
I feel like I'm going to need to go for a nice hike after we make this bag so I can test it out.
What? See how well it carries your rucks?
Yeah.
Looking for some rucks to carry? We're ruck hunting.
We have a lot of them around here. Yeah, I never go that fast. Clayton's sewn a lot of conceal and carry belts in his day. You should watch those guys go with those conceal and carry belts. Just fly right down those 50 inches.
On the pattern, whenever you're printing the pattern, just print it to scale. Don't fit to any scale. It should be 100%. And I put a 2-inch. There should be a 2-inch line on there so you can measure and make sure that you have actually printed it to scale. Sorry, it's not in. I didn't do centimeters as well, Marcus. My apologies.
Does the other side of your ruler also have inches?
It's millimeters on one side and centimeters. They don't even use it.
They don't do that.
Stupid Americans. All right, let me go see if I can get those pinch clasps online.
Okay. We better not need that sewing machine because our camera guy just left.
I think we'll be good. We got some riveting to do before he
Okay.
gets back.
Okay.
All right, so we did our handle. Normally we'd sand and finish that edge, but it's not too bad.
Look, let me do.
I can struggle with it later if you want. You can at least bevel it.
Yeah, we'll get it beveled.
Awesome. Well, in the meantime, take those out for a second and we'll do the bottom ones.
Yeah, you want your handle to be nice, so you really bevel this and make sure it feels good on the inside.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and stick these shoulder straps in and rivet them. They go in these bottom slots right here. So if Tony was still in here, he could change the camera angle.
He's
We
not.
could see him.
Come on, Abigail.
Come on, Abby. Start pushing buttons.
That one?
Yep,
There you go.
that was perfect. It doesn't matter.
Boom.
All right, yeah, you guys can see I've got the shoulder straps actually face out. Once they go up, they curve away from the home plate piece.
You don't have a desk anymore, Stacy. It's gone. We needed air conditioning.
You can sit there.
Oh. Jessica's always all over it. There you go.
Getting your gear from point A to point B in a backpack for Google. Thank you, Jessica.
All right, so it classifies. Officially a ruck.
All right.
Thanks, Google.
What would we do without Google?
I'm sure we would like ask Jeeves or something.
Probably in the encyclopedia.
I remember those. We used to have the whole set.
Do you own an encyclopedia set?
Actually, I do. I own my grandmother's encyclopedia set.
Good.
It's pretty neat. It's from like the 50s.
Yeah, I think I've got a set that's from like the early 1900s. So super useful.
Nothing has changed since then.
All right. Those guys in there. Now we're ready to stick our handle in. Is it done? No.
Yep.
All right. Which way we want it to face? This way.
What it looks like. So we've got the finished rolled edge of the handle facing
Nice.
towards the back of the backpack.
Oh, I made my first mistake.
Oh, you.
I
Look,
set that rivet. Useless.
you're welcome. So you've got finished side of the handle facing away from the backpack. And then
I didn't save the 2-inch line on the PDF.
Dude.
I know. Hold tight.
he'll do it again.
Hey Marcus, how long is 2 inches in millimeters? I guess I could Google it or ask Jeeves.
Maybe centimeters.
Okay, centimeters.
We've got a ruler over here.
Inches to.
He probably just knows.
He probably does. That's why I asked him. Let's see how close he
You
gets.
got it?
Well, I'm trying not to cut this leather, and it's not being super happy. I think I might have cut it a little bit. Let's do it with my bare hands. All right.
Okay.
So the second rivet's going to go in there.
Yeah, 51-inch. So centimeters would be 5.08, but millimeter. He was right on it,
Nice.
guys.
He could have Googled it too, you know.
He could have, but that means that he's a quick Googler.
All right. Am I doing a good job at showing what I'm doing?
Oh, he just changed it. Go back.
I need some
Okay,
coaching.
sorry.
There we go.
All right. Usually my head's in the way or something.
Yeah, like that.
Still got some rivet in there.
Oh, I have this little Poke bottler that I stole from your pouch earlier.
Makes sense. All right.
Okay, so we've got the strap and the handle all rivet in on the first hole. Or in the middle hole? Middle hole?
The middle hole.
The middle
yeah.
hole. Okay.
Below the second slot on home plate. All right, now we're ready to set the rivet.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and set it. Muscles?
He did break his right arm, so we can give him
I
that.
did.
Okay.
There's a lot of things Clayton's skilled at.
Don't. Don't even. You don't even know.
Leathercrafting is one of them.
Thank you.
It's been a fun few weeks for us here.
All right, so now this is our closure strap system. On the other bag that we showed you before, these are set up individually, right? Just to reiterate. So you'll have two straps that come up and actually go underneath your handle, your top handle. And they'll rivet right here in this top hole.
Which is what we're going to do.
Yep.
So these ones
We've got
go
two
right
straps.
here. Yep.
And they just come into that one round ring so that we have one strap coming down. We can use our fancy new closure that Liz wanted.
I get what I want.
Or she beats you up. Could be a time to cry.
Yeah. Oh. God damn it.
It's okay. I got you. Here we go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't have all my dexterity back yet. Hands are real shaky after breaking my elbow.
All right, I updated the file, so now it has the 2-inch mark on it when you download it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Clayton, do you have a preference when you set your rivets? Do you like the cap to be on the top or the bottom?
You don't have a preference,
I'm gonna set that in this way.
but I bet you do.
I tend to put the cap on the bottom. I don't know if it's a preference, but that's just what I do. There we go. It's a little awkward. Good, good. This is quite the get up here.
Yeah. It's a good ruck.
Carries many much rough.
All right.
Okay.
So now this
So-
is kind of the painful part, I guess.
All three rivets stacked up here. So I feel like this is actually pretty important that you put on the main straps first and then you pull through your other two, otherwise they're not going to line up
Alright, so-
nicely like that.
Setting your rivets, you work basically from the bottom to the top.
Yep. Okay. This is fun.
Everything's fun.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to measure where home plate will lie on the back piece.
I love it.
Who said that? 'Cause that's pretty perfect.
That's
Troy.
what it is now.
Thanks, Troy.
All right. So the top of this home plate is going to go 6 inches down from the edge.
So top of home plate, 6 inches down from the top edge, which we have not rolled yet.
Correct.
So
So we'll put a mark just past 6 inches. So we cover it up. We're going to go ahead and mark the center of the panel. So we get this right in the middle.
man, I really love the green and the brown together. It looks really good. Pretty dark on that camera. It's a little bit lighter in person.
Give it here.
Stop playing with home plate, guys.
Don't play with home plate, just cross it.
That's right.
5 inches. All right. So we got our centers marked. It's going to line up just like so.
Ooh.
So we're going to go ahead and put some tape down.
I'm gonna come over here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need the coaching. Yeah.
That's really all I'm here for is to watch the cameras and make sure you guys can see what other people are doing.
You're doing a great job of it.
And the muscles.
And the muscles.
So I stole your stuff.
Okay, so once we get this stuck down, we're going to go over to the sewing machine. And you see what I mean by this is probably the most difficult part of making this whole bag. Is just stitching around home plate with all these straps in your way. Thank you. Just pull me where I need to.
I think they're just pages you can pick up the phone.
Yeah. I thought this place was supposed to be soundproof. It's the only reason I agreed to do these because I escaped the bone. All right. Looks straight.
Yep.
Pretty good.
I guess we can measure, but it looks okay. 6 inches. Yep. Perfect.
Look at those nice burnished edges. How did that get there?
We got a scratch going on. Gotta buff that up.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mark a stitch line around it because we're not going to be able to use a roller edge guide. Make sure. When in doubt, always mark a line.
When in doubt, mark it out.
People make fun of me for marking my stitch lines still, but
No, I was just giving a little saying for it. That's Clayton's new
you
saying.
make nice stuff, all right? You take your time.
When you train people, that's what you say. When in doubt,
Mark it out.
mark it out.
Let's see. Your dark brown was a Herman Oak veg, so it's stiffer. Yes, it's pretty stout.
Yeah, should have seen her trying to cut out these shoulder straps yesterday.
I made him split it eventually because it comes in like an 8 to 10 ounce, and I think those were a pretty solid 10, if not a little bit heavier.
Using all the muscles.
It was a lot to cut through. So they're nice though. It's nice leather.
All right. You guys ready to see a finger fight?
I have faith in you, Clayton.
Thank you.
Should probably zoom out a little bit, Tony, so we can get the full effect of what's about to
The
happen.
straps are all up in the way.
Make sure and start just on the other side of your center mark. That way you can have a nice symmetrical lock stitch. Symmetrical lock stitches.
I brought in a knife sheath yesterday, and my lock stitches on my belt loop were on opposing sides. That was the critique I got.
I think we had a question earlier. What size needle we're using?
So
So if everybody remembers, Terry has a cool little way to remember what needle is in there.
correct. 21.
No, I think it's the 20. I think she puts it down here. Where that's
There it is. Okay, yes.
You
Terry
think
does have
20.
but apparently I don't use it.
Yeah, it works well for videos too when we bring it in
It
here.
is nice. Yeah.
Did you say you were going to move that light box?
No, I didn't. You just asked why it was so close. That way we can see what you're doing.
Of course. Dead air, here it is.
That's because you're
Oh,
just on the way.
Did I put these buckles on the right way?
What time is it, Tony?
12:06.
Probably could finish this up.
We're getting pretty close.
You didn't realize how good you really were.
All right.
We did a lot of prep, guys. I just want to reiterate that it was the hours of prepping this bag.
Class 26, everybody. Let's give it a hand.
Yay!
I think, did I put this on backwards? Because I think this is this strap, right?
Thanks to our studio audience for clapping.
Would you like to disassemble and
Well, I just,
back?
Just did it backwards.
Be like-
Crazy. Like, should it have been going up the strap?
Unbuckle it.
Or just buckle it? Oh, unbuckle that one.
Hmm.
I understand what you're saying now.
Hold on, I need to clarify something for Liz, so just be patient.
I want to make sure I put them on right. The strap is intense down here.
Let's figure out where you're looking at.
Narp.
What? Nope. It goes over. Gonna have to cut out my rivets here, guys, and redo this. Maybe you should just get 100 pack of rivets, just in case.
They're cheap enough, why not?
Just buy all the rivets. It's gonna be.
All that you have on the inside of your bag is a nice home plate stitch. No hardware showing or anything, which is,
Look at that.
it's nice. And it'd be easy enough to add interior pockets to this bag. Before you sew this on, you can just add larger pockets or dividers or whatever you like. It's a pretty simple construction overall. It's not too bad. All right, so now we've got home plate with all the straps on it. We are going to go ahead and stick our front and back together.
It's a good thing this is the last thing that we.
Exactly. Wouldn't think I would have given you anything important. All right, so I'm going to run 1/4 inch basting tape around the 3 sides of this bag. And then we are going to make sure that we sew a little more than 1/4 inch in. That way we don't see any of this tape in the seam.
Yeah, you really want to make sure that you get your basting tape housed inside of whatever seam you're doing, because if you don't and it, like, that seam pulls apart a little bit, you'll have this line of basting tape and that thing just collects all the dust.
It gets gross and it's really
not
hard
good.
to get out.
Yeah.
Not fun. I've done it enough times I don't want to do it again.
Not ideal.
Sit there and try and pick little bits of basting tape out.
No, come on. There it is.
Or again.
You're good now. When cutting out a rivet, are they cutting between the layers of leather? Clayton did that on one of them. He tried to kind of pinch it between, but then he found himself cutting a little bit of the leather, which you can. So ideally, if you can kind of scooch between the 2 layers, that has way less of a chance of marring the surface.
Yeah, usually I'll just kind of slowly work it in there, and you can feel it whenever you start to pinch the leather, or if you're actually getting the rivet. But if you go slow and work it in, that rivet will start to loosen up.
Yeah.
And give you enough space.
I cut mine on the back because this loops around so much that the backside won't really be seen. So scratched a little bit. It's not the end of the world. Okay, where was this? Did you take one out? No.
On those cinch clasps, what size are you using?
The 1 inch. Because we have 1 inch straps.
Correct.
So that was up and over and then back down and through. So really, you told me wrong.
Sure, I'll take it.
There we go.
Wait, I owned up to the blame on my duffel bag. All right, so maybe you could take this one.
Let's see. Molly said she's got 4 different machines and she gets lost sometimes on the thread and needle combinations. This is actually a pretty good system for kind of keeping track of what goes in what machine. There's also, I think it's in our leather machine guide, we also have like this little chart that tells you like, if you're using this size needle, you use these size options of thread. And so that's kind of just like a handy, you could cut that out and laminate it and put it somewhere around your machine guide. But then depending on what machines you have, that also changes.
All right, so just doing the best we can to line these up. They're not going to be perfect, but that's okay.
That is correct.
Liz, where can you find the leather machine guide?
It is downloadable in one of the links on our website, which I'm sure somebody will take you to. Is it education? Is there an education or?
Yep.
Okay.
On the main menu, there's an education tab, and it's in that one.
Yep. So you can check that out. You can request one with your next order. We can send you a physical copy.
I also got all the PDFs for the sewing machine guides for each Cobra machine.
Nice.
And some of the high leads are in there too.
Nice.
All right, so since I laid my basing tape all the way around my front panel, that's what I stuck the basing tape to originally, and these panels aren't lining up perfectly, which is fine. We're just going to make sure and stitch it from the front panel side. That way we know we're going more than a quarter inch in with our seam allowance, and we're covering up all that basing tape. That make sense?
Yes.
If not, you can rewind it and rewatch it.
I'm just saying, whichever panel you lay the basing tape on, that's where you want to set your seam allowance from. If
Okay.
your panels don't line up perfectly, because if we do it from the back, if we stitch it from this side, we stitch, a little more than a quarter inch in, there's still a chance that basing tape is a little bit further.
It's moved. Okay.
I'll explain it to you later.
Thanks. I'll take notes.
All right. Should be good to go ahead and stitch around this and make sure we're not forgetting anything. I think we're going to finish this up.
It was actually a lot quicker than we were expecting it to be.
We had somebody in the Twitch chat that wandered in and meowed loudly, and then said that whenever something goes wrong, you just blame Clayton. Got it.
I mean, that's normally what we
Right.
do.
That's kind of a huge joke around here. Always the shop's fault.
Right?
Yeah.
Not somebody else did it.
Just jump on that bandwagon with the rest of us.
You can take it. You can kind of feel as you're sewing around this, you can feel where you start to hit, multiple layers, like where you run up onto your pocket, or down here where we're running into the hanging tabs. You want to slow down a little bit, make that step up.
Oh. But you can't talk while you sew.
He stopped.
When he tried to talk in the middle when he started up sewing again. What'd you say, Clayton?
I can talk while I sew, I just don't have to hear me.
I can hear you, but nobody else can.
Know what you're getting at, to be honest.
You need to attach a microphone to the machine that you can talk into.
Oh, I used to mic it?
You want to wear a lapel mic?
No.
I think so.
Okay, if I push the slide over?
Yep.
There we go.
It won't make any racket at all.
Didn't like that.
Got all the rivets out.
Sewn all the way around that stinker. Good. Now we're ready to sew across the corners to give it a little bit of volume. Right now we've got a two-dimensional sack.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that's one of the first things I learned after I learned how to edge a belt here was Kevin. We had those little daisy bags that we used to sell, and like doing so just creating a bottom with just two flat panels of leather instead of doing like a gusset. You just throw some triangles across the bottom of your bags and cut it off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's going to be intense.
That's
It's going to put that 26.
That might, yeah, it's going to put it through the paces. We're going to trim this seam a little bit so it's easier to sew across. All else fails, we'll just rivet it. Bulk out of there.
Man, yeah, that's a lot. How heavy is that thing?
That's pretty heavy. It's going to be a solid 4 or 5 pounds. Maybe not that much, but it's it.
The end. You got it. Got it.
If it was a fish, it would be a pretty good size.
Okay.
I tell you what, I've been
Pretty
hanging out.
decent fish.
I've been hanging out in the Twitch realm
Yeah.
the last few days, just kind of hanging out and seeing what's going on. The crafting world that is on Twitch is crazy, and they stream for like 6 or 7 hours at a time. Yeah,
One
I
of
don't
these
think
days.
you've heard that part.
Marathon crafting?
Yeah, they,
Just like your whole work day.
that's their day. That's what they do,
There's just a bunch of Denny's out there just making stuff.
making stuff all the time.
I don't think I could do this with Liz for that long.
You need a lot more coffee.
Bigger muscles.
We can work on that. Okay, got these straps fixed.
All right. It's gonna be tough. Okay, so if you look inside your seam, really you want to.
There we go.
You look inside your seam on the side of the bag. You can see where your strap hanging tabs are. And so basically, whenever you sew across the corner of this, I usually like to sew just below that, right? So they'll end up right at the bottom of the bag. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. So goal is to get, you guys can see this one, the strap tab is right here. So he's going to hit right below that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, about 3/8 or a ½ inch right below the edge of that strap tab.
Can you hold it up to that camera, the one above you, and see if you can get it in there?
All right. So yeah, I'm showing you the bottom of the tab right there.
Yeah.
You can see it in the seam.
So you're
we're
gonna
gonna stitch across to
sew
the
it.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
About a ½ inch or 3/8 below that. So we want to try and get this seam pinched together all straight. Well, it's kind of handy sometimes. You can actually lay it down and train the corner a little bit with your hammer.
And the back of your head.
Keep sticking my hand inside the pocket. It scares me for a split second that I stitched it shut. All right. This side.
We had the time, I almost might suggest that we hand sew this little section.
Yeah. How thick do you think that is? That's probably a ½ inch,
Yeah.
5/8.
about.
All right, let's see what I can do.
See what happens. This machine should take up to 5/8.
Lengthen my stitch length a little bit. As you get to sewing thicker leather, your stitches will shorten up because the machine just doesn't walk as well. So we're going to lengthen it quite a bit. And we're going to go slow. And hopefully not break it either. I'm kind of leaning here.
All ready with the loo.
I read it.
Ooh,
Did you see that?
yeah, I see that. It's frayed all the way up.
Go across that seam. Well, we found the limit. Let's go to the other side. We're gonna finish it anyway. This is just a little bit of improvising, all right? So don't think anything that I do hard. Break anything. I turn it around here so that I can use the. I can get closer to that center seam. Can't quite stitch over it.
And as long as it's somewhat straight, it's not really going to be seen or anything like that.
No, it's not. And you'll see it's enough leather here, it's thick enough where whenever you turn it out, you can kind of hammer it and train the seam to where it'll look fine. It'll look pretty good. We'll go back and I can hand stitch across that center seam if I need to. For the sake of the video and getting this thing done. Yeah, I went about a half an inch below the piece I was telling you about. Same on this side.
Find it.
Nope. It's grunting at you. That's when you know you're about to break. Oh, yeah. I call that good.
You didn't break anything.
Didn't break anything. Not the straightest thing. I mean, not the strongest thing, but it's gonna work now.
And like we said, we'll probably go back through and hand sew those themes. I think you're gonna do some more hammering.
Yeah, let me cut these off real quick. Oh, my weak old broken arm.
Do you need some help?
I could do it.
That's a lot to cut through.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right. So now you got a little corner hat that you can use for something else. That'll be next time. Liz is going to craft something out of that. Finger puppet.
Like one of those little things.
A fortune teller.
Yeah. What was it? Oh man, we used to sell a lot of travel bags, just like finished ones on our Etsy page, and we would just have piles of these little corners that the shop would accumulate
Mm-hmm.
when making.
It's like a plague doctor mask nose.
Yeah.
Small one.
Yeah.
Just. Whew.
Getting tired?
Yeah, it was a lot of work for me.
All right. We'll just leave those there because we're going to have to flip this back out later.
You got this part.
I guess. Flip it out.
This is kind of the worst part of making a bag. I see what you mean about getting your hand in that first pocket there. Get like a handful. Oh, we have one more seam.
Kind of got to get at it like this.
I might need you. Oh, hey, maybe.
We've got a shoehorn on a stand in the shop, which is really handy for this.
We talk about that all the time in here. Me and Denny were always talking about that shoehorn.
Drag it in here.
Should. Okay, Clayton, pull.
Something. There it goes.
There it is.
Pasting tape. No.
Good seams.
Happy.
Got good seams. Oh my goodness.
But don't pull too hard.
Okay.
Thank you, Liz. Fabulous assistant.
These colors look really good together. Glad. Proud of our decisions here, guys.
She's glad I included her for picking out the leather. All right. This is a challenge.
The bear. Yeah, I feel like maybe we should have split down the bottom panels a little bit.
I did.
Oh, we did.
they're 2 to 3. There's just a lot of layers in there. Could have done maybe a little more bell kniving. It'll make a good sturdy bag.
I ain't going anywhere.
All right. That's probably about good enough for now. Oh man,
That's a
this is a
lot.
chunky boy.
Let's get it to where we can attach some straps.
All right, just a second. I'm getting hungry. That's my cue. All right, let's quit fighting with it. Put the straps on. Finish the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
See that. All right. Top or straps?
Might as well sew that top in and then we'll buckle all the straps up.
Got it. So we're going to go ahead and peel off the 1/2-inch basting tape that we left on there around the top. Peel it.
One little inside.
Everybody went quiet.
Yeah.
They're all watching us
They're
struggle with
asleep.
this.
I got the pictures of our studio, though. Of the other side of the studio.
All right. So we're going to roll this inside edge a 1/2 inch down. This wide rolled edge for the mouth.
Tony, this question that you've got up, we've got somebody that's asking about a conversion table for a high lead cylinder. We'll need to know what model machine you have. A lot of the machines are similar as far as like overall shape goes. So depending on the machine, one of our Cobra tables might work for the one that you have, but we'll just need to know which one.
My head's in the way.
No, I switched cameras. You're just rolling the edge over.
That is what we're doing.
It's hard to keep your head out of the way and roll it at the same time.
It is. You noticed.
I did get some pictures, or I got the pictures that I took on my phone of our other side of the studio. I'll show those. This was the video that we did on Wednesday. So that's kind of the view from my desk.
Enjoy.
Yeah. See all the craziness. Then there's the view from the center camera. You can't see it unless you come to my computer.
We get the pleasure of seeing it
All
the time. Okay.
For a second. Seam smashed flat. All right, let's stitch around it real quick. I'll put the straps on, and that's about it.
Uh-oh.
Bye, guys.
Just that camera.
You didn't want to watch him sew around the top of that, did you?
Brain thread.
Snips.
Snip. Right here. Yeah, so we've got, I don't know if we talked about, we've got a couple keepers still, just like some 1-inch keepers for, these are the straps that will connect the shoulder strap to the bag, physically to the bag. We've got 4 of those, so I've already made those up, put some nice little keeper staples in them. There we go.
Get serious.
Okay. Oops.
Well, maybe we should finish it up on the next video.
We're calling it, guys. It's over.
All right.
Okay.
Figure out how to put those on, huh?
Let's see here. We've got. What does this? Should we?
Maybe.
So this is going up towards, yes, okay, so that should be fine. So up through there, and then you'll put a keeper.
Yep.
Did you steal all the keepers?
Well, there's 2 different size keepers here.
Oh,
Because they're custom fitted.
that's fancy.
Mm-hmm. These are the 2 small ones. 2 large ones.
Okay.
So a small one will go up here by the strap.
So I've got one small one, so I put the strap through the first, put the keeper on, and then we'll put it through the bag strap. Okay, and then it goes back through keeper.
Sorry, I'm struggling too.
Back through the keeper, down. Oh, nope, that's not right. I don't think it goes through the first one yet. Because then it comes back around. So maybe we don't go through here yet.
Harder than I remember.
Confusing at all.
So keeper on maybe. That doesn't work either.
This is bad.
This is a puzzle. So the buckle is in the middle between everything. Are you getting it?
I don't know. I'm trying something.
Okay. Oh, son of a bitch.
No, this keeper needs to go on by the top.
This is tricky, guys.
I told you we should have done this next week.
A whole hour video trying to get the straps on.
Okay, so so we have, so maybe this loop first. So we need the big one. Where's my big keeper? Clayton, did you steal my other keeper?
No.
Oh,
Keep looking.
okay.
I want to figure this out.
So I'm gonna put the keeper on.
Both keepers on.
No. Then I'm gonna go
There you
Here?
go, Clayton. Through your triangle tab,
and
slide your keeper down.
then
Through
keeper.
Through your strap.
I feel like this is a race now to see who can. I got it.
Clayton's already done. Uh-oh.
Nope.
No.
Oh, I put the keeper on the wrong way.
It's a race again.
Oh man, this keeper's a
We're going on
This way.
the 5th hole.
And then this one's the fifth hole. From the end or from the top?
The ends.
Oh, okay. And then back through.
Damn.
Easy.
Sorry. Sorry.
There we go. There we go.
Gonna have to turn on Not for Children now,
3, 4,
Clayton.
5. Of all the things we thought would. There we go.
How much did you sell a bag like this, Clayton?
Um,
I mean, we made it in an hour. Oh, that's minus the cutting out.
minus all the cutting and burnishing. Alright, so did you get yours right?
Oh, maybe I need to adjust it up.
Yeah, I'll say that's right.
Why is your keeper on the different side than mine?
I don't know.
So this is, you have a keeper on both sides of your buckle, and both of your keepers are on one side of your buckle. I win! I win!
Alright,
So this is correct.
straps are attached. Long story short.
And then this guy.
Front closure, yep.
So,
Let's wrap this up.
so this thing just kind of hangs out on its own.
Alright.
That green is odd. Was that just an odd lot green?
It was. So depending on, you know, how far closed you want this, we're gonna hook this guy through here. Whatever position, that little tab. Yeah?
Mhm.
There we go. Nope.
Like the strap's still a little bit stiff
Yeah.
to adjust on there.
Okay.
Did you answer your, how much would you sell this for?
Nope. Maybe we want it a little bit higher up.
Did you want to throw a number out or
I mean,
whatever you feel the time's worth?
yeah. I mean, yeah. Depending on where you're selling it at, online, I would sell a bag like this for maybe $350.
Oh, Clayton. Yeah, does it go the other way? Because that's not going to go through now.
The other way. Next, you have too much strap.
Go this way.
This hardware's confusing.
I may have not made a good decision with the hardware. It may not work for what we're doing.
I'm gonna let you own this.
I really wanted to. Yeah, okay. So here's the situ. Dang it.
It will
No, because this has to. This is behind either way.
hold your.
Make it work.
Okay. I ain't going nowhere. This bag is not opening.
No, that's all right. It goes the other way.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We saw that picture, Clayton, of one on a bag that was very similar to this clothing that we're trying to do. Oh, there you got the pictures.
We're all learning together. It's fine.
Oh, look, it come over the top. See how that one comes over the top?
Yeah. Wraps around the top. So that's what we need. We need a keeper.
Or it goes in the other way.
Oh, yeah, just another keeper. Boom.
And we'll shorten this strap.
Yeah. So maybe we'll make that.
But by golly, Liz got her hardware.
It looks pretty cool though. I remember with this
That's
bottom is
dragging it up.
intense.
You gotta shorten that up.
All right.
Anyways.
Well, I got the cinch
You
clasp
got it.
added on the website, so
Okay.
if anybody on any of the streams wants to know where this stuff is, it's in the description on the YouTube video. And the pattern
Okay.
is free on YouTube. And
Until Monday.
in the description, you can find the pattern there.
Awesome. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed it. We got through this bag in one video, which is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, I hope you liked
So,
it. I
yeah.
fully expected it to be a couple hours, but
Awesome.
not
Okay.
too bad.
We'll see you next week.
Thought.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See ya.